This is extremely important. What I'm about to say in this video, you have to hear it out. Because there might be a fraud among us. And this whole thing, this whole debacle that I've been covering this whole time, I am not quite sure if it's actually a duplication glitch. It might be something totally different. And in this video, I will explain you everything. Hey guys, welcome back. So before we begin, I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you enjoy my content or don't want to miss any news, subscribe. It also helps me out. And let's begin with today's news. So if you didn't check out my last video, definitely go check out. I explain about this Instagram account more on there. And you know, in the last video I was talking about this guy and the scripting. This guy was basically warning that he will drop the script on today, or was it like 5th of December? I don't know which one that was. He had like 2 dates for each thing. So yeah, he was threatening to drop the script if Ubisoft doesn't act, but this script might not actually be even a duplication script. This might be totally something else. And I don't know anymore what Growtopia, agenda is with this, what he's trying to achieve. So if he does drop the script, I do not recommend using it. It might be a scam. It might take your personal information. Ubisoft isn't holding a water gun to my, head right there. So yeah, this is just, I'm saying this out of my own free will. Please let my family go. So we do not know what Growtopia's plan actually is, because he is not the duplicator. He's using this whole thing as, like a marketing stunt, like a public, what do you call it? And the stuff that he posts apparently isn't even his content. That's what I've heard. And Jay Mighty, go check their YouTube channel out, they're amazing. I asked them about this situation and, I'm skeptical about everyone. I'm skeptical even about Jay right here, but this is kind of makes sense, So even though this might seem real, it might not be. Everything that I say, do not take it as the truth, because there is a lot of misinformation going on. I'm just, theorizing about this situation. So right here we can see, Yo Venttu, I know exactly what Growtopia's plan is, and I don't want other people to fall for this. If you go to his first post and swipe to the last one, you're gonna notice that these screenshots weren't taken by him. Where can I see that they weren't taken? Is it like the, what do you call it? Like the player name should be somewhere here. But it says that the world was locked by Growtopia. So does that mean, why is it public? I didn't even notice that. So does it mean that this guy is using his name to, kind of get all the attention? And the Growtopia is the actual, the hacker. And we will come back to that later on in this video. There's been a massive development that might, explain all of this. But we can see it was taken from other players. So if he was really the duper behind all of this, he would provide his own screenshots along with the process of the dupe. Especially when he answered this question. Why you not... Okay, so yeah, we covered this one. Why you not cash out the BGL for real money? And he answered, let's be clear, it's a big problem with 70% of our community that sadly think wrong, instead of thinking how to let the game be as we all dreamed of. So what if I just sell 200 of them, 200 of BGLs? Obviously the person behind this account doesn't understand the current value of BGLs. Selling 200 of them would barely make a dent in the black market. I mean, yeah, there's so much, BGLs flowing in Growtopia right now, it's insane. I don't even know, have you ever thought how many BGLs are there actually, in Growtopia? I would bet there are like at least hundreds of thousands. That's a realistic number. It's insane, man. And he's been encouraging people to wait for December 5th, 2025. Because he's most likely to gonna send a script that gives your Grow ID and pass to him. In reality, he's associated with the dupe and is trying to gain as much fame as possible. Okay, interesting. And Jay isn't saying this for no reason. They actually have a reason for why they believe this, and here it is. Came to this conclusion myself because not a single soul decides to intentionally gatekeep the dupe method for a whole month, which gets patched within a couple of weeks. And yeah, later in this video we will talk about if it's actually a dupe. Besides, someone sold 4,000 BGLs at once and the economy hadn't crumbled because it was evenly spread out in the black market to various customers. There was no dupe method related to mailbox. Okay, so yeah, this was another thing. Somebody contacted me about this, and they have a theory that the dupe was actually caused by this new mailbox system that Ubisoft was about to introduce. But there doesn't seem to be any proof really on that. It was just at the same time that the hacking started to happen, pretty much. Maybe even before that. So yeah, that is not a solid theory. It's a speculation, everything, So we can see, most likely as soon as Ubisoft got hacked on October 3rd, but nobody knew about the hack because these items were secretly distributed in a lot of stashes until October 19th. So that is a 16-day, period of time. when he started messing around by spawning these items in public worlds. Yes, you heard that right, spawning. So now we are going to cover about the fact that it might have not even been a dupe at all. Remember earlier this month when the Ubisoft's account got hacked? The account might have been hacked even before than, you know, when it was revealed to have been hacked. And you know, around this 16-day period, these items might have been spawned into worlds. So they weren't actually duplicated. So it was like a security breach or something that happened. Yo, is that a FNAF reference? Interesting point that Say made. I can tell items weren't duped and instead spawned, since the dropped item placements was the exact same. There's a specific X and Y axis. When you drop an item, it randomly spawns on that square with a random X and Y axis. But all of these floating items had the same X, Y and Y axis, which means they were spawned. If you check the Ubisoft's hack video from, I think it was October 16th or 19th, you can see the spawn placement. So yeah, this is getting crazier. Growtopia is becoming like 2v2t, you know, an anarchy server or something like that. So we have 7047's video right here, go check it out. As you can see, okay, so this is the main thing that we're, you know, focusing on. These pillars. So I covered this thing, you know, when it happened, and I was wondering, what are these pillars? Are they like, you know, signs of, or, you know, some art pieces or something? But these are when the mod account actually hacked or like spawned these items. They spawned them in, you know, these pillars. I don't know the technicalities, but it only makes sense because they're also in the bedrock, you know. You can drop items in the bedrock. You have to, you know, spawn them. And, you know, I wasn't quite sure what this meant, you know, to this whole situation. So I asked them, the stash worlds didn't have those, did they? And we can see the same thing in these stash worlds that were discovered. And people just like me thought that they were just duplicated. But if you look at this photo right here, this image, this was from the main stash world that was discovered first. And if you look at this, you know, the placement of these items, don't they seem kind of off to you? You have lots of these items. Okay, that is that is quite sketchy. You have them like in vertical lines right here, and they're very you know, close together. There are like these gaps between them, and as you can see right here, there are no platforms in this world. Now I don't know if they had those things that you can collect items with. You know, you have this massive amount of these things here, and you have also these transmatter fields and display blocks. So they had to be placed, you know, at first. Because if they stood here dropping these items, duplicating, they would have, you know, grabbed these items. But how would they actually, you know, stand in this mess? They would have to have like this flying hack, which dev accounts have, you know, mod accounts have that. Unless they were using hacks and duplicating at the same time, but it might be possible that they were, you know, spawning these items, not duplicating them. So that is a very interesting thing that has developed with this, because I don't think Ubisoft has still given, you know, a clear response on what happened. I don't know if they're trying to cover it up, but yeah, it's very interesting that you know, this might be actually like they were spawned by the dev account. Which that is crazy. Now again, this might not be the truth. They might have been duplicated. They might have been spawned. Who knows? But you know, it's interesting to speculate what happened, and hopefully soon we will actually know what, you know, what all of this is about. Because it's been a crazy few days gone by. But one thing is that do not trust Kronu with his you know, the scripting, because it might, you know, it might be a hack. So I do not recommend, if he does release the script, don't try to use it. It might be a security, you know, risk. And you shouldn't duplicate items anyways. Thanks. Things are getting more complicated, but also they're kind of making more sense, I guess. So yeah, this is it for today. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe. I'm Venttu. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace!